and she will be sharing ideas on Math Talk, how we can integrate the language of mathematics into daily conversations to promote confidence and deeper understanding. So, because we have lost track of some minutes, so I'm straightway giving to you, Lauren, to start with your presentation.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And again, I'm sorry. No, I'm not Indigenous, but a lot of my family is. And I've worked many years up north on a remote reserve. So I have a lot of experience working with Indigenous children. And one of the things that I noticed was we have so many words for the same thing. And when most of the children came to school speaking Cree, their mother tongue, it's very confusing for them. So, and then to make a long story short, I was at a conference um, when um, Laura Mann was talking about the language of math and math talk. And I thought, that's exactly um, what I found was missing during my experience. So I'll just show you the presentation that I put together. Whoops.
And while you're doing that, Lorraine, just to let you know, you have about 8 minutes or so to present.
Okay,
We have a little bit of time for questions, and Anita will let you know when that time is up.
okay. Flying with mouth talk. Adding. We use the words, and this is just some of the words, plus, and, some, altogether, in addition, add, find the sum. Talking to children, they would say, well, Mrs. Wakely, you said it's add. Well, today I'm talking about the sum. So, but there might not be a word in their language to mean sum, but there might be a word that means altogether. So, by introducing the students to the many synonyms of the same word, it helps them and it takes the fear out of them. If you're talking about fractions, what is a fraction? It's really nothing to be afraid of. It's part of a whole. 1/2 of a whole bannock is a fraction of it. If you cut the bannock into 8 equal pieces for 8 friends, each person would have 1/8 of a bannock. Also, looking at similarities, colors, shapes, textures. What are the similarities? What similarities do you see? And the interesting thing about this part is children have different perspectives. They'll might see something different. One person will focus on color, maybe somebody will focus on the shapes, and it creates a nice listening and understanding and sharing environment. Um, Subtract, another thing, another way of having so many different words to mean the same thing. And it helps to, you know, teach the children. And my last, oh, algebra, that's a frightening word for a lot of children. Um, but, play games of the missing numbers, play games how to calculate. And if we do this in the early grades, it's not so frightening. Measuring, there's so many ways we can measure, and there's so many words to mean the measure of something. If we put it in context and use the words, it takes the fear out of the language of math. So there you have it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Lauraine, for a wonderful presentation. Now, anyone can ask questions about that?
I can start. Thank you, Lorraine. So the idea is that you're trying to look at the context in which your students are living and drawing upon that to bring in the mathematical words. Is that kind of describing what I was sort of expecting you to think about the Indigenous language of the community that you're in and drawing upon that, but it's still English words connected
Oh,
to a context, or how are you seeing the
I
relationship
was
there?
using English words because, well, I don't know all the Cree or Métis words. I know some,
Hmm.
um, but I was teaching in English. So it, I think it would, well, for many, regardless of the language, the actual language, it's the synonyms, using one word to mean many things, or using many words to mean the same thing. Um, and if we use all of the words at an early stage in their math development, it makes it less confusing and less stressful as time goes by. Um, with using the Métis or Cree language, they probably do not have, well, I know they don't have a lot of words like we do in English to mean add. There are not a lot of words to mean measure. The vocabulary is a lot easier in their own language. When they're learning in English, it's very difficult because we use many words to mean the same thing.
I think we have a question in the chat. Someone is asking, but I think you have answered already related to that question. Someone is asking, do you also use the Cree numbers when talking to the class?
Oh yes, biak niso tesra pente. Um, oh yeah.
So I think Roxana, you got the answer. And I have a question too. So I saw that you, in many contexts you are going to you are presenting like that floor and how you can bake something, and then the mathematics is there. So how you are relating the directly that numbers, because you have in your blurb it's written that you are integrating language of mathematics. So how you are doing that in your math class? How you're relating that language to the mathematics, to the mathematics?
Well, by using more than one word throughout the teaching, by teaching the students that there's more than one way of saying the same thing. Is that confusing? Um,
No, no, you have more examples from your classroom. You can share some more examples, what you have tried with your students.
um, I haven't tried these students. I haven't tried this, but well, I guess in some ways I did, but I didn't really realize the importance of language in math. When I would hear a student say, well, I don't like math, I don't know what this means, it's confusing, or um, I feel that it's the language. It's not always the math. It's the language we use. We use the same words to mean the same thing, and that becomes confusing, especially when you're needing to teach in a different language that they don't know. And so you're teaching them vocabulary. Okay, we're going to add. What does it mean to add? And then you practice adding. And then the next day you say, well, we're going to find the sum. Well, that becomes very confusing for children. And when you think about measuring,
Mhm. I have a
um,
question from, sorry to interrupt. I have a question from Hodgson. What did Laura Mann say about math talk when you heard her at the conference? Did she have any recommendations that you used?
yeah, especially with um, finding differences and similarities. She recommends using different things that you might not think go together, but um, to enter into a conversation with the students and get them talking about what they see as attributes of every picture. Like there's something in every picture that is similar and there's something that's different. And the students, Laura Mann was saying that it was a great way to um, create conversation and math talk.
Maybe is it Roxanne? Yeah, Roxanne, can you say a little bit about how you add math terms to the word wall?
So I teach grade 1, 2. It's a blended class. And we do put a word wall up, but I also have the math terms in there as well. And there are a lot of terms like you were saying about for adding and stuff like that. But I kind of relate it to our literature. Like there's a lot of different words for happy. And so when we talk about that and we say, I could be happy, I could be glad, I could, it's the same with math. Math has those words, and there's a lot of different meanings for it too. So that they're not confused that when they're talking and all of a sudden I'll go, the sum of this, they may kind of look and I go, remember, there's lots of different words for add. Sum is another one. So then we put that up on the word wall so that they have that up there where they can see just like they can for the vocabulary words that they need to know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So now, then a heartfelt thank you to all our presenters.